They're creating a war. I just seen a video from Warthog71, I think's his channel name. I don't really watch the dude. I just kind of seen it. I was going to set my phone down for the day, and I seen it. And I'm going to make a video about it, what was said in that video. If his translation is correct, his translation is in the description. Oddly enough, it's part of the United States National Guard. I'm assuming one of the southern states, maybe Texas, Arizona, and the leadership is speaking in Spanish. Here's what it is. Their mission is to protect Washington, D.C. from a domestic terrorist organization known as the Proud Boys. Now, I don't know about you all. The only trouble I've heard of these guys getting into was about 6 years ago. Two of them got into a fight. They got 4 years in prison. Last week, or week before last, the leader of the Proud Boys was arrested for burning a flag or something. On the other hand, on the other side of this, there's this domestic terrorist organization called BLM, who has looted, rioted, ranted, raped, killed, yes, killed people, throughout the country for the last year. But the Proud Boys are domestic terrorists. Although the Proud Boys are made up of whites, blacks, Latinos, Asians, Puerto Ricans, Koreans, and every other nationality. They are a supremacist group. Our government is creating a war. They've done it for the last 20 years over in the sandboxes, and they're doing it again now here. The end game is control. It's complete control. How do you control the people? You justify to the people why you need to control. Same thing with going in after Saddam Hussein. Dude gassed his people for decades, and then all of a sudden he went to the euro for his oil and dropped out of OPEC, and then we magically need to go save the people then and spread some democracy, right? And that's what they're pushing in this troop of National Guards, whatever you want to call them. I guess it would be I have a brain for it, guys. Can't think right now. Whatever it is, this group that are National Guard. Now, I want you to think about something. Each and every one of these dudes took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Oddly enough, all these National Guardsmen have now made themselves domestic enemies by following these orders. Why? Because they don't know the Constitution. They don't know what they took an oath to. They have been led to believe what they've been fed to believe. You know, you can make anybody do anything or believe anything with just planting a seed. All you're going to do is give them the ideal and then reinforce that ideal, and that's what they've done. I don't support the Proud Boys any more than I support BLM, but I know how to call bullshit when I see bullshit, and this is bullshit. I'm standing back watching the political powers that be play games with people. You know why they play games with people? Because people don't matter. It's not about you. If you think you matter to your government, you should go check out Operations Northwoods. All that information has been declassified, and see just how much your government gives a shit about your safety. And furthermore, we're not a democracy. Right then and there, everyone in that group of men in their uniforms should have turned around and told the leadership that they are a jackass. We are not a democracy. We will never be a democracy, although they have tried to change this into a democracy through like a hybrid way, giving everybody a vote. We're not a democracy. True democracy, everybody has a vote on every single topic at hand, and we don't. We are a constitutional representative republic, although our representatives don't represent us, and they sure as shit don't follow the Constitution. But why don't they do that? Because we don't enforce it. The Constitution without enforcement is like any law without enforcement. It's just words on parchment. In that place, now it'd be words on paper. They've scared us from enforcing the Constitution by enforcing their laws, threatening us with jail, making you fear the ATF, the FBI, the local police, the state police, even county sheriffs that a lot of you support. Every single last government infringements and rights violation has happened at the hands with somebody wearing a badge, and now they're moving on to people wearing uniforms. Our military, and yes, the National Guard is part of the military. Those assholes went and died in the sandbox too, went over there and killed people that were fighting for their freedom in their own land. All those dudes wasn't terrorists. I'm not saying they were all great people or anything, but calling them terrorists is a stretch. If Afghans came over here and started killing people in our country, what would you call them? Terrorists. If it's backed by political motivation. What do you think it was when the United States military went over there? You ever thought about it like that? What would you do if China rolled up into town? Would you do what they said? Nope. You'd probably grab a rifle and go to town, wouldn't you? Would that make you a terrorist? Hell no, it'd make you a freedom fighter, right? Fight for freedom. Or at least fighting to get them the hell out of your way. Anyway, they are creating a war right here on our soil. That's where it's going to end. It's either going to end in war or complete slavery. I would argue that we're almost complete slaves now. They give us the illusion of freedom, but we're not really free. Watch yourselves. I would suggest that you don't go to these capitals today. If you're on the way to the capital, best thing you can do is stop and get some breakfast, maybe some lunch, turn around and go home. You're asking for trouble because nobody will have your back. There might be 1,000 people that are standing there saying they're with you, but you've seen what happened in Washington, D.C. when that woman got killed. As soon as she got shot, they were told to leave. They put their heads down, turned around, and walked away like little bitches. You know why? Because they're little bitches. They are self-proclaimed patriots. If you call yourself a patriot, there's a high probability that you're not. I've in fact only met 2 people that have called themselves patriots, and I would actually call themselves patriots. I would call them patriots. 2. 1, 2. This many. It's all bullshit, people. Don't believe the lies.